Right now at 6, La Crosse City Hall tackling major proposals tonight, why library services could shrink and how downtown is preparing for major growth.
And a plane crash in Kentucky. The stunning video as emergency crews fight the blaze.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. It's a busy night in La Crosse with two big future decisions on the table.
News 8 Now's Jadius McGee is live at City Hall with what's at stake today. Jadius.
Committees are reviewing two major proposals that could reshape the future of La Crosse. Just about an hour ago, the library board wrapped up a listening session at the La Crosse Public Library. Two options are on the table: keep the main library in North Branch open, but eliminate some full-time positions and cut hours at both locations, or the second, close the North Branch, but expand main library hours. And right here at City Hall, another meeting is about to begin. The J&A committee will take up major changes to downtown, a plan that will bring 500 new housing units, a public market, and upgrades to the Oktoberfest grounds. We will have a full look tonight at 10. Reporting in La Crosse, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Jadius. Day 35 in the government shutdown, and the U.S. is on the brink of making history for the longest shutdown. The last shutdown that went on this long was during President Trump's first term. Meanwhile, inside the Capitol, a small bipartisan group of senators continue to hold talks on how to break the impasse. In La Crosse, Congressman Derek Van Orden discussing the impacts of the shutdown during his visit to the Salvation Army. The shutdown is continuing due to a standoff over expired ACA tax credits. Van Orden says he's open to finding an alternative, but not until the government reopens.
Passed our bill over a month ago. There's nothing to talk to the House Democrats. There's nothing to talk to them about. We passed the bill. That's how the government works.
Van Orden also called on Governor Evers to tap into leftover ARPA funds to address food insecurity, though the governor's office has said that Evers doesn't have the power to do that.
A new Wisconsin bill is targeting those so-called wheel taxes.
It would let voters weigh in. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the newsroom tonight to explain. Grace.
The bill would require local governments to get voter approval before implementing a wheel tax. Lawmakers behind the bill say it's to avoid taxation without representation. Jurisdictions across Wisconsin are turning to wheel taxes to help generate revenue. Eau Claire city administrator says this is due to inflation rising faster than the state's levy limit.
We can only increase our tax levy by how much net new construction there was in the year before. If you are in a community that's really not growing, that means that if there's any inflation at all, they are unable to increase their budgets.
A wheel tax is a vehicle registration fee. The money collected can only be used for transportation-related costs. The cities of Eau Claire, Augusta, and Onalaska have wheel taxes. Vernon and Eau Claire counties have them as well.
Since the state does provide us with limited resources to provide the services that we provide, we had to look at other ways that we could support those services through other funding mechanisms.
Under current law, municipalities and counties can implement wheel taxes without voter approval. New legislation would require a referendum before adding one. Jurisdictions with existing fees would have to go to referendum within 18 months of the bill passing to keep their tax. In a statement, one of the bill's co-authors said, quote, "This is no different than how schools already go to referendum when they want to raise revenue. Local taxpayers deserve the same opportunity when it comes to a wheel tax. This approach ensures accountability and guarantees that new taxes only move forward when they have clear support from the people who will pay them." Wisconsin DOT says wheel taxes across the state generated more than $74 million in the last fiscal year. Niemeyer says going to referendum could leave local governments strapped for cash.
If it doesn't pass, then what other alternatives do they have in order to provide funding? You know, referendums, I think people are getting referendum fatigue, and so I think those are a struggle.
And Hirsch says not having a wheel tax could put community services on the line.
Ambulance service, police, fire, snow plowing, street maintenance, and not to mention ones that they might carry out to make their communities really great places to live.
The bill was introduced last month. It still needs approval from the State Assembly and Senate. Reporting in the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. A new cancer treatment center in Chippewa Falls is open. Chippewa Valley Cooperative Hospital opened its center in the former St. Joseph's Hospital building. Medical treatment, infusion therapy, and on-site lab services are available. The opening marks an end to an 18-month gap in local cancer care after Hospital Sisters Health System Center closed in March of 2024. Well, it was a record-breaking year for the Children's Miracle Network Radiothon. The two-day fundraiser raised $150,000. The funds will help support families with kids needing long-term care.
We support medical equipment, research, training and education, and different pediatric services. And then we distribute funds to our families who are going through different medical journeys and have different financial needs along the way, because we know that the care that they're getting is expensive and often unexpected. And so we're there to support just a broad scope of needs that they might have along the way.
This year's total surpassed the $121,000 raised in last year's Radiothon. Well, we had lovely weather today. I didn't really get outside because I was unpacking for my trip to Houston, but had the door open. Cats loved it.
Nice.
More of the same in the next couple of days,
so.
Greg. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we'll quite see 60 another time a day, but it will still be mild, and I think the wind will be the story going throughout the week, but remaining mostly dry too, and so we see bigger changes. But it's definitely going to be a mild evening. We're still in the mid to upper 50s, light winds. There's your high temperatures, low 60s. We should be in the upper 40s to low 50s, so well above average, getting close to the last average date when we usually see 60, which is coming up fairly quick. Now this evening is just going to be mild conditions, getting just back down to 47 at 10 p.m., which is very comfortable for this time of year. 48 as you get closer to 10 p.m. Light winds too. The winds have decreased toward the afternoon with some increasing cloud cover, but remaining dry. And it's all due to the system out to the west. Most of the precipitation into North Dakota, Minnesota is going to stay up there and head more towards northern Wisconsin, but we are going to see this come through with some impact. So later on, we'll kind of break down what impact we will have with that front coming through, along with the bigger change that comes later this weekend.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, La Crosse police and sheriff's deputies are learning how to better respond to mental health crises. 17 officers and jailers from La Crosse and Vernon counties are taking part in a 40-hour course. The training teaches strategies to recognize and de-escalate crisis situations while keeping everyone safe. Today, participants did a Hearing Voices activity to experience what it's like to have psychosis.
Are trying to teach officers that empathy and that compassion piece, but also allow them an opportunity to hopefully kind of open up that thought in those avenues on how do we approach and how do we work with somebody that lives with a mental illness.
The Mental Health Coalition of Greater La Crosse and NAMI Wisconsin sponsored that training.
The second week of Connected in Motion took place in La Crosse today. The Arc of La Crosse recently received a grant to launch inclusive dance programs specifically designed for dancers of all abilities. These free hour-long dance sessions are being held at Amanda's Academy of Dance in the La Crosse Dance Center.
It was a joy to watch these dancers socialize with each other and socialize with the teacher and just bring movement into their life and give them another activity that they can do during their regular scheduled activities during the week to get them moving and socializing with other people.
Sessions will continue through April. We have the locations and dates of those events on our website.
Still ahead tonight, a proposal to jack up energy prices when officials say it could go into place and by how much.
And new sustainable housing in La Crosse. A first look as the Hillview project nears completion.
Tomorrow at 5 a.m., new health services coming to Viroqua. Plus, from Labubus to Legos, the top Christmas toys of the year, and Art is tracking possible snow when we see you at 5 a.m.
Get the bathroom you deserve at a price you can afford. Maxwell White Plumbing provides free estimates, quality materials, and expert installation. And for a limited time, offering financing with 0% interest for 48 months. So call today.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
At Johnson Tractor, we know farming isn't just a job, it's a way of life. That's why we're proud to be your trusted New Holland dealer, delivering top-of-the-line equipment and unmatched support. From the field to the barn, our team is here to keep you running strong with reliable service and expertise you can count on. Johnson Tractor, your New Holland dealer of choice. Visit us today and experience the difference.
We were in the beginning process of figuring out what we wanted to do to remodel 2 bathrooms. It was so helpful to be able to walk into the trailer and feel like you can envision that in your own home.
Wisconsin and Minnesota's Citizens Utility Board hosted the Upper Midwest Energy Forum. The event focused on keeping energy affordable, using low-cost renewable power, and managing new challenges such as increased demand. The executive director of Wisconsin Citizens Utility Board, Tom Content, shared his hopes for the forum.
Making sure that more people are aware of the key issues and what's driving up our prices can help bring people together to kind of act on it and work together on solutions.
In December, Wisconsin's Public Service Commission will make a final decision on a proposal to increase Xcel Energy electric prices, which could raise rates by 11.8% in 2026.
The start of gun deer season is almost here. It kicks off November 22nd and runs through November 30th. Today, DNR officials are reminding hunters of the new management units for the year. Zones have been converted to habitat-based units as opposed to county-based in the past. Hunters will need to know their DMU name and number when requesting permits. To learn more about the management units for the season and other information, you can visit dnr.wisconsin.gov.
La Crosse County Board of Supervisors taking a tour of New Pathways home renovations. The Hillview project includes 10 studio apartments, offering supportive housing for those struggling to find stable housing. The $19.6 million project also includes a community-based residential facility, offering more community-driven long-term care for older adults.
The Children's Museum of Eau Claire is helping support families affected by the shutdown. Admission is free during the month of November for any families missing out on SNAP or WIC benefits. Officials say supporting families in the community is a priority, and children shouldn't have to miss out on learning opportunities during challenging times.
We felt that the best way we could support the community is through what we do best, and that's learning through play.
To take part, families just have to show their SNAP or WIC benefits at the entrance. Still to come, a plane crash in Kentucky.
The fiery aftermath and what we know so far.
Yeah, the big story going forward is still mild, maybe not quite as mild today, and wind will be a factor too. So we'll break both of those down and then show you what the big change coming this weekend is all about. That coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Looking for a new ride? At Ultra, we know some family members are pickier than others. Apply today at driveultra.org and find a ride that makes everyone happy. No payments for 90 days. Driver tested, puppy approved. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe, comfortable, and happy.
We have a lot of veteran installers who really care, and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department, just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular are joining forces. The best network just got bigger, and we're combining it with the local service you know and trust.
Don't wait. Stay warm and save big this winter with La Crosse Fireplace Company. When you purchase a Hearthstone Soapstone Wood Stove, you'll receive a 30% federal tax credit on the entire package and installation, but only if you act before the end of the year. Hearthstone's beautiful soapstone delivers long-lasting, consistent heat that keeps your home cozy. Don't miss out on the 30% tax credit. Call today. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Plus, cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Breaking news out of Louisville, Kentucky. A UPS plane has crashed at its international airport, causing an explosion with giant plumes of smoke and fire that's spreading nearly a mile.
The FAA says it crashed around 5:15 p.m. as it was departing, heading for Honolulu, Hawaii. Louisville Metro Police Department says multiple injuries have been reported. Their mayor, Craig Greenberg, says the city has every emergency agency responding to the scene. There is a shelter in place issued within 5 miles of the airport. All flights in and out of the airport have been temporarily suspended. The investigation is ongoing.
In the meantime, back home, it's been very mild for the start of the month of November. Does it continue throughout the week and into your weekend? Let's get the answer from Greg.
Well, I can promise you maybe till Friday, and then things definitely do change. As you would expect, we're going to see some change. We can't keep this going. But for the time being, we're going to have mild conditions continue. Maybe not quite as mild as we saw today, but certainly well above average. And for tonight, it's going to be milder too. These are actually not that far from average high temperatures too, we should see. So overnight mild conditions. We have cloud cover coming in, lighter winds. There's a system passing through. The only impact is going to be a wind change and really just a few drop in the temperature, because instead of being in the low 60s tomorrow, a lot more areas will be in the low to mid 50s, which is still above average. It just won't be quite as mild today, and that wind, especially in the morning, we'll have plenty of afternoon sun with a few morning clouds. So that's about it with that system. Now Thursday, we flip this right around again because there's another system coming through. So the winds will come right back out of the south. Unfortunately, we have a lot more cloud cover, mid and high clouds going on Thursday, so that probably will keep the temperatures down. Not expecting 60 here, but mid 50s, maybe a few upper 50s all in all. Once again, mild conditions. That shower chance, and I'll break that down, comes in Thursday night. Behind the front, then we have another system. Really, Friday has cloud cover, and there'll be a cold front sitting just to the north. You can see some colder temps up there. That's going to sag south throughout the daytime. But in the meantime, still mid 50s. We'll have increasing clouds in the afternoon, but remaining dry at the moment. So that's kind of what we're looking at temperature-wise. Now, winds, as I mentioned, they are going to turn around with that front come through. So this is what you're looking at in the morning. Really kind of gusty northwest winds behind it. So potentially to see 30, 35 higher elevations. Of course, that's more favorable for southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa. But that's something to keep in mind for the morning commute. You'll see that going on. It'll continue through the morning, and in the afternoon, these gusts will start coming back down below 20. The evening commute looks fairly quiet as the winds really become light and variable once again, because as I mentioned, they're going to flip right back around, and come Thursday, they're coming out of the other direction, and they could be gusty too on Thursday, but out of a south direction. So by the noontime, not so much the morning commute, but closer to noon, we could see gusts once again approaching 30 in some of the areas south of I-90. It'll be less as you go further in north and east. But all in all, it's going to be breezy once again. So that's a big story going on. Now, the shower chance with that system Thursday is the best opportunity through Friday to see precipitation. But as I show you, there's not much moisture to work with. So when it comes through here, there's just a scattered line coming through some point probably after maybe 10 p.m. to about 2 a.m. A scattered line of maybe showers. Most areas are likely not going to see much. Just cloud cover and a wind change, really. That's about it. Going into Friday, you can see there's that front up to the north that's going to kind of sag south, but remain dry, but just increasing the clouds. Now, regarding the precipitation Saturday, which you've heard somewhat about, that's your system in the Dakotas. It dives southeastward. The track really is going to be the big determinant factor. We see any type of precipitation, let alone rain or snow. It has trended further south, but Saturday afternoon to Saturday night, if you're west of the river, south of I-90, we'll have to keep an eye on, see what goes on with this rain, potentially snow event. The bigger story behind this is the temperatures going forward, because we're going to plummet into the 30s, and even wind chills on Sunday could be into the 20s, and that could linger into Monday before we start slowly warming up by Vets Day and getting close to average by Wednesday. So stay tuned for more information on that Saturday event. It has trended a little bit further south and west. We could still see some snow, but everyone's going to see the cold temperature Sunday, Monday, and that's really the bigger story in my opinion.
Everyone's going to feel it.
That's right. Thank you, Craig. Coming up next in sports, not a warm welcome. Miles Turner speaks on his return to Indy. Plus, hear from the Badgers backcourt after a 32-point win over the Fighting Camels. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Right now at International Furniture, get store-wide cold weather savings on all the brands you know and trust. Fjords, Durham Bedroom, Norwalk, Hooker, Flex Steel, and Hancock, and more. Hurry in today for the best selection and savings. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Get consistent hot water when you need it. We have a great selection of Richmond electric and gas water heaters in stock, ready to take home today. Get this natural or LP gas tankless water heater for $1049.99 after rebate. Save big on a wide variety of Delta tubs and shower surrounds, designed to fit your style and last for years. Get this Highcroft tub and shower for $469.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
You have Aunt Pam's dried turkey every Thanksgiving. But don't forget, Arby's juicy deep-fried turkey gobbler stuffed with Thanksgiving sides is here all November. Your move, Aunt Pam.
Arby's, we have the meats. You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
We see you out there making your own kind of magic. From the unique gifts you give to the one-of-a-kind ways you celebrate. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help make it happen.
It's Mom!
With great prices on what you need for the season. Right now, during our Toyland sale, save 20% on assorted Mr. Beast lab toys. Get a free Toyland semi-truck when you spend $60 on toys. Plus 2.5 gallons of Clean Def, just $7.99.
He's so cute.
Best Christmas ever?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Right now at International Furniture, get store-wide cold weather savings on all the brands you know and trust. Fjords, Durham Bedroom, Norwalk, Hooker, Flex Steel, and Hancock, and more. Hurry in today for the best selection and savings. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, things didn't start out exactly as planned for the Wisconsin men's basketball team last night against Campbell. Bit of a slow start, but then a late 29-2 run helped the Badgers leave with a comfortable 96-64 win. And look out Big Ten. The dynamic duo of transfer Nick Boyd and rising star John Blackwell was fantastic in the victory as Boyd logged 21 points and Blackwell poured in 31 against the Fighting Camels. And then this is just the tip of the iceberg for the Badgers backcourt as they're still becoming more comfortable playing next to one another.
I mean, there's sometimes like I just get in the paint and the paint is collapsing. He's just wide open. So because we can get downhill so dynamically, it allows us to have, just open looks.
Yeah, I think we both just don't think nobody can guard us. So, I mean, we're trying to get down here every play, every possession. And, I mean, it works. You get down here, you touch the paint, and then guys are open because they have to come, try to help and block your shot.
Blackwell, Boyd, and the Badgers will return to the Kohl Center floor on Friday for their next game, with tips scheduled for 7:30 on BTN against Northern Illinois. And thanks to a game winner off the hands of Giannis last night against the Pacers, Milwaukee improved to 5-2 overall on the season. But another storyline in the game was Miles Turner's first trip back to Indianapolis since being traded away. And he was booed emphatically by the Pacer faithful, something that didn't sit right with the Bucks big man, but he understands in the end that's just part of the business.
You know, you give 10 years of your life, your blood, your sweat, your tears, you take pay cuts, you survive trade rumors, you try to do everything the right way, and then sometimes not enough stuff shakes out. It's cool. I take it on the chin. I think a lot of people will say I said things, but I think a lot of people want to formulate their own narratives and spin it to whatever they want it to be. But it is what it is, man. Like I say, you take it on the chin, just move on.
And a quick turnaround for Milwaukee, as in about 5 minutes they'll take on the Toronto Raptors, who they already defeated earlier this season by 6 points. Highlights from that one later at 10. And a quick update on the standings here. Ken is still in the lead by 1 in the News 8 Sports Pick'em. Emily and I led this week with 9 out of the 14. The winner was Lori Taylor of Onalaska, who got 11. All right, we got one final check on the forecast up next.
Furniture, decor, and more invites you to their Christmas open house November 7th through 9th. All seasonal and home decor. Buy 2, get 1 free. Furniture, decor, and more in Westby and Boscobel. Making homes beautiful at affordable prices. Stop in today.
Maxwell White Plumbing stands behind every bathroom remodel. With over 700 5-star reviews, we guarantee you're going to love your new bathroom. And for a limited time, offering financing with 0% interest for 48 months. So call today.
To everyone who believes in Midwest magic, you'll always find it here at Culver's. Not that kind of magic.
Midwest magic turns fresh, never frozen beef into a juicy butter burger.
And transforms farm fresh dairy into the creamiest custard you've ever had.
Ta-da! But it's not just what we serve, it's how we serve it.
With a warm welcome and a little extra love.
Love. Love in every bite.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah!
We were in the beginning process of figuring out what we wanted to do to remodel 2 bathrooms. It was so helpful to be able to walk into the trailer and feel like you can envision that in your own home.
Furniture, decor, and more invites you to their Christmas open house November 7th through 9th. All seasonal and home decor. Buy 2, get 1 free. Furniture, decor, and more in Westby and Boscobel. Making homes beautiful at affordable prices. Stop in today.
All right, breezy tomorrow with that west-northwest wind. It will be cooler, but still mild. You see a lot of 50s overall through Friday. The snow chance we'll have to keep an eye on for Saturday night, but then the bigger story come the weekend is 30s. Wind chills Sunday and Monday, maybe in the 20s, so it's definitely going to feel like the middle of winter.
That'll be a shock.
It will.
All right, that'll do it for us tonight at 6.
We'll see you at 10.